Well, we're here on International Drive in Orlando, Florida. It's like a bajillion degrees. And I'm going to a place that you can definitely escape the heat. It's called Arcade Time. It's 2 floors. You got food, drinks, you got pinball, arcade games, tons of stuff in here. This used to be a couple different places throughout this history here on International Drive, and I'll kind of dig into that later on in the video, but we'll kind of jump into seeing what's inside first. It's actually fairly close to another arcade which I covered called Arcade Monster, and I'll link that video below as well. And it's pretty much kind of like the similar idea. You got drinks, you got food, and you got lots of games. So let's go check it out. Let's go. Arcade Time USA is a massive 2-story entertainment venue featuring more than 350 retro and modern arcade games, VR experiences, duckpin bowling, interactive Krazy Darts, pinball, and a full-service restaurant. Here's a look at the pricing. This is a credit-based arcade with several different options depending on how much you want to play. I picked the $20 option, which came out to $21.30 after tax and gave me 400 credits. Now, I do wish that it was one flat price for unlimited play like some of the other arcades I visited, but they do offer a lot more than just arcade games here. Alright, let's explore the first floor. They had plenty of claw machines where you can try your luck at winning a prize. There were also ticket redemption games throughout the first floor. Right outside the prize redemption area, you can check how many digital tickets you've earned. And if you saved up enough tickets, there's a nice prize wall waiting for you. The first floor also features a large bar where you can get hydrated or dehydrated. You can also grab some food and apparently even catch up on an episode of Pokemon while you're at it. Here's a view from the second floor. One thing I noticed right away was just how much seating they have. Before we head upstairs, I noticed something kind of interesting. The sign on the front door still says that this place is open 24 hours, but you know what? That's changed. So yeah, when this place first opened, it was known to be the first 24-hour arcade in Orlando. And about 2 weeks ago of the making of this video, it's June 28th. So 2 weeks ago, the city of Orlando said, hey, we're shutting that down. So it's no longer 24 hours, and it's currently operating from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m., which is still pretty late. And they're still trying to see if there's a way that they can get back to being 24 hours. So as the making of this video right now, it's not 24 hours anymore. And and whenever you're watching this, you may want to just double check the website and see if they're back to 24 hours. If you really want to come out here at 4 a.m., 3 a.m., it's up to you. But I would suggest doing that. Look at this Hulk. It's like rusty steel type thing. What is I drive, baby. This is what we got going on. Yeesh. All right, let's see what's waiting upstairs. The second floor has another full bar, duckpin bowling, and something called Krazy Darts, which is basically digital twist on traditional darts. Krazy Darts. Everything you've seen so far has been pretty cool, but this is the reason I came. First, can we appreciate this classic arcade carpet? If you grew up hanging out in the arcades, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's take a look at some of the games that they have. And while we're at it, let me know in the comments below what's your favorite arcade game of all time. As you can see, there's a really nice mix of retro favorites and modern arcade games. There were plenty of beat 'em up and fighting game classics. Now this might be a little bit hard to see, but the cabinets actually have cup holders attached. I'll show you a little bit better in the next shot, so you can set your drink down while you play. Alright, enough talking. Let's play some games. First up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. And I'm playing as my favorite turtle, Leonardo. Next, I had to jump into Captain America and the Avengers. I haven't played this one since I was a kid, so this definitely brought back some old memories. There was no way I was leaving without playing some WWF WrestleMania the arcade game. Then it was time for some Contra. And last, I played some Shinobi.
Spider-Man? What?
Along with the arcade games, they also have a large selection of pinball machines. Now, if you watched my Pinball Lounge video, you already know I'm absolutely terrible at pinball, so I'll spare you some footage of that. Here's another look at the second floor bar, and yes, even more seating. Now, let's take a look at the menu. I'll do my best to show you everything, but feel free to pause the video if something catches your eye. I'll also show you what I ended up ordering. There is a ton of food options to choose from. Here's a look at the soups and salads section. Got burgers, different kinds of sandwiches, and now these power pellet sliders look pretty cool, and that's of course a reference to Pac-Man. Yeah, chicken wings, pretty much anything imaginable. You can even get a filet mignon or a steak. And they also had some pasta. Can't go wrong with some pizza. And here's a look at some of the desserts. Here's a look at the alcoholic beverages that they had. And they even had some that were video game themed. I decided to go with the Southwest egg rolls, and they were actually really good. Before we wrap things up, I wanted to share a little history about this building because it's actually been several different entertainment venues over the years.
If you've been to Orlando or International Drive, you've driven past this building before, and it depends on the time of year or the time that you were actually here to figure out what was here, because it's been multiple places. So I remember it, as far as I can remember it back, it was a sports dominator which sold like clothing and apparel. I don't remember ever visiting there, but driving by it was like sports dominator, and it had a giant like football dude in the front. I think that's what happened. And when that shut down, I don't know if it ever reopened or if there was something else here. If you know, let me know in the comments below. But as far as I can remember, it was Whirly Dome, and Whirly Dome was like a game. You would come here and it was like highlight meets basketball meets bumper cars. And I did come here for like a work function to kind of see those things. And when that closed, it became a place called Roboland, and I don't know what Roboland was. It didn't last that long, it sounds like. And when that closed, this came in here. So that's kind of like the history from what I can remember, but it's been here forever. There used to be a guy out here in the front, like a big statue, and I believe it was like a basketball statue, and that became a soccer statue, and now I think it was a robot. I don't know. Now it's nothing.
If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, it helps the channel. And if you want to hang out more often, hit the subscribe button. Thank you as always for watching, and have a good one.